So 20 cars line up now for the sprint race here in Brazil. Nikita Mazepin on pole alongside Mick Schumacher in P2 for Haas. P3 Antonio Giovinazzi with Kimi Räikkönen in 4th spot. 5th place is Nicholas Latifi alongside teammate George Russell, both representing Williams. P7 Yuki Tsunoda, who partners up Lance Stroll on that row of the grid, 7th and 8th between them. Sebastian Vettel in P9 alongside Esteban Ocon for Alpine in P10. Fernando Alonso in 11th spot with Pierre Gasly in 12th position for AlphaTauri. Daniel Ricciardo in P13 alongside Charles Leclerc, the Scuderia Ferrari driver, P14. Carlos Sainz's teammate in 15th spot with Sergio Perez in 16th. Lando Norris in 17th with Valtteri Bottas in 18th spot. Behind him, Lewis Hamilton in 19th with Max Verstappen last on the grid, P20. And all 5 lights are now lit here in Brazil, and it's pedal to the metal, and it's go, 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 and Mazepin leads then the getaway with Mick Schumacher, who moves down the inside of his teammate, heading into the center S's. Antonio Giovinazzi battling with Kimi Räikkönen as well, as they now power their way into the Curva do Sol, down through the Retro Poster, heading down towards turn 4 at Decidia del Lago. Mick Schumacher goes battling with Nikita Mazepin, and it's Mick Schumacher who leads, heading around Decidia del Lago. In behind you can see there Carlos Sainz fighting it out here with this time none other than Esteban Ocon. Sainz on top though as Yuki Tsunoda goes past Lance Stroll and moves up into 7th place. As you can now see them now heading through the SA bends into the Pirino shortly. You can see there the Aston Martins of Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll dueling out to the circuit, heading into Pico de Pato now, and very shortly swinging through the Marullo. It's Sebastian Vettel on top of his teammates, heading up into P8. And now Antonio Giovinazzi, who has Nikita Mazepin in his sights. We're only on lap 2 of 23, and Antonio Giovinazzi right on the rear diffuser of the Haas, who has next to little choice, as now Giovinazzi down the outside now, heading into the center S's wheel to wheel, but the Alfa Romeo pushing into the limits. Nikita Mazepin trying to squeeze him slightly, heading out to the next left of the Curva do Sol, and Giovinazzi moves up to P2 in absolutely brilliant fashion. Now in a familiar view to what we usually get, on a Grand Prix weekend, Mercedes and Red Bull fighting it out, but Max Verstappen this time trying to get off the back of the grid, but this time he's fighting off Valtteri Bottas, wheel to wheel now, heading through the next left at the Sabina Dust boxes down the home straight. Still Bottas has his number right now, heading into the center S as the 2 McLarens going after it as well. Ricciardo and Norris wheel to wheel too, but Bottas and Verstappen not able to get the advantage out of the center S's. They hurdle around the Curva do Sol now down through the Retro Poster. You can see now Bottas making a move this time on Lando Norris, down into the next left now at Decidia del Lago. Hamilton going through this time on Max Verstappen and gets it. Bottas gets through on Norris. And now Sebastian Vettel on the rear of Nicholas Latifi. They head around the final turn 15, heading down the home paddock straight now to commence their lap 5 of 23. Sebastian Vettel down the inside now of Nicholas Latifi, and that is cool as you like there from green 5. There you can see the Alfa Romeo of Kimi Räikkönen now, who's looking to pounce on Nikita Mazepin. Oh, the straight line speed difference between the Iceman and Nikita Mazepin into now the next left at Decidia del Lago. The Alfa Romeo, the Alfa Male, up into P3, and now he holds on to a podium place. Well done, the Iceman. And now we run on board with Valtteri Bottas, now looking to make a move on Daniel Ricciardo, heading into turn 1, and just look at that, very deep indeed on the brakes. He now makes his way left. Oh, wow, and a little bit of a mistake there from the Alpine. I think that was Esteban Ocon, and there you can see now, riding on board with Valtteri Bottas. He's only done the 2 of them. And now George Russell, who's right on the rear of the Haas of Nikita Mazepin, and surely this is going to be oh so simple. Mazepin not having the best of afternoons, as now George Russell down the outside now, gets in before the center S's, but he might not be the only one here. Yuki Tsunoda with a deep dive. Oh, brilliant from Yuki Tsunoda. That was brave, but bold, but executed executed brilliantly by the AlphaTauri. They're in behind as well. Sebastian Vettel might well join the fight too. He has got the inside line heading into the City of Interlagos, and green 5 is alive. Sebastian Vettel up into P6. What a grandiose move, a grandiose visit. Not for Mazepin though. He goes down 3 places in this lap alone. Incredible. Running on board now is Sergio Perez heading into the City of Interlagos, and the Ferrari there of Carlos Sainz running very wide, and the Mexican Sergio Perez moves up into P13, and here's an instant replay. We've got Lando Norris now fighting against Esteban Ocon as they head around the next left to the City of Interlagos. Again, another case of running wide there, and that's cost him. And here we have a 4-car affair here in lap 16. Mazepin holding back Perez, but not for long, because Sergio Perez with a deep dive down the inside, a lock up there as well from Bottas as Charles Leclerc holds on to that P13. Carlos Sainz coming in behind now as well, but Bottas gets Leclerc. Wow, what a turn of foot heading out to City of Interlagos. And here's the replay. No one saw this coming, but Hamilton there managing to fight through and actually get past Daniel Ricciardo in great fashion, and now he's right on the rear of the 2 Ferraris. And here comes George Russell again, who is trying to fight his way up through the field. He's got Kimi Raikkonen next to him here. This is for a podium place here in this sprint race now. And George Russell, Mercedes seat next year, shows what he can do in a Williams. And that's a great move heading into the center S's. Doing the same as well, Sebastian Vettel. What a race he's had as well. Getting ahead there of Yuki Tsunoda. And he moves up into 5th spot. Amazing stuff indeed in this race. Lap 19 of 23. 4 laps to go, folks. And now we're right on board with Lewis Hamilton heading through the next right-hander at the SA corner, down the inside of Sergio Perez, who tries to hold on now as they now round the Pinarino. And as they do so, you can see now that Hamilton clinging on the throttle, feathering it now, heading into Pico de Pato, gets through on Carlos Sainz, has a go at Charles Leclerc, can't quite get through just yet, but will hold on to the outside line as they come through the Marullo, now into Junchao now, this next left-hand corner as they climb up past the stadium section here at this amazing Interlagos circuit. Still Hamilton around the outside now. They round Sabiba does boxes. There you can see the grandstands littered with the people watching this fabulous race. Mazepin, and now has Valtteri Bottas for company. Down into the next left now, and the center S's. Bottas ahead of Mazepin. Here comes Leclerc, as well as Carlos Sainz, but certainly Charles Leclerc with the upper hand on Lewis Hamilton, who can't quite hold back the monogas as they head down the straight now through the retro poster. And the battle continues to rage on here at the front. Giovinazzi chasing down Mick Schumacher, who has led this race absolutely magnificently, but his time might be up now, with Giovinazzi making a dashing manoeuvre down the inside now, heading into the City of Interlagos. The Alfa Romeo trying to put the pressure on Mick Schumacher. He might have him, he certainly will, and certainly the Italian is on top. Antonio Giovinazzi leads the Brazilian Grand Prix here in the sprint race, and here is the onboard replay. And Antonio Giovinazzi, just look at the turn of foot. And now you can see Kimi Raikkonen, former teammate Sebastian Vettel, both of them who shared a Ferrari seat together, now making their way down through towards the center S's of turn 1. Sebastian Vettel down the inside now here in lap 23, the final lap. Sebastian Vettel now moves up to 4th place. Kimi Raikkonen holding on, but it's not going to be enough. Sebastian Vettel moves up to 4th spot. Incredible. It's been a gargantuan, tantalizing affair. The first sprint race here at Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And it's going to be Antonio Giovinazzi.
Yes, guys, yes.
Well done, Antonio. Well done. Excellent race.
Yes, thank you, guys, thank you. Grazie.
Antonio Giovinazzi wins his first race in Formula 1 ahead of Mick Schumacher to score his first classification as a podium, I would suppose, in the Haas. George Russell in 3rd spot for Williams, with Sebastian Vettel in 4th spot, with Kimi Raikkonen in P5, Yuki Tsunoda in 6th place, with Lance Stroll in 7th, Fernando Alonso in 8th, with Nicholas Latifi in 9th, Pierre Gasly for AlphaTauri, finishing in the last of the top 10. Incredible race though. Amongst that order, Sergio Perez coming home in P11 with Valtteri Bottas. In P12, Charles Leclerc. In P13, Carlos Sainz, his teammate, in 14th. Nikita Mazepin 15th with Lewis Hamilton. In 16th with Daniel Ricciardo 17th. Lando Norris in 18th spot. Max Verstappen in P19 and Esteban Ocon P20.